felt like your makeup is just like, it ain't giving what it needs to give anymore, and it's time to get some new things, or maybe even adopt some new habits? Well, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I need to step it up or maybe change out some products. So the only way for me to really know what I need to buy is for me to take time today, be intentional, and do a full face of makeup. And I'm gonna do a full face as if I'm going out. Welcome back to the Pink Elephant, guys. I'm Shanae. If you listen to the intro, you already know what you're here for, okay? You're here to watch me go through my process of putting on my full face of makeup, because I came to the realization that I need to step it up. I want to be able to put on a full face and it look professionally done. I am not a moi, okay? Moi for me is makeup artist, M-U-A. That's not me. But that doesn't mean that I cannot give myself a beat. And y'all, I'm self-taught anyway, so I believe in the power of learning. So I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to go through my full face makeup routine, and I almost for a second was going to be fake and be like, let me go online, let me watch some tutorials, let me make sure I got all the products before I do my face. But I said no, I want to do it like I do it already and right now. That way I can know for sure what kind of products I need in order to step it up. Also too, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I have all the products that I'm using right now listed in the description box. I'll have the links for you to shop. I'll have everything you need for the products that I use today. I hope that I get a lot of comments from makeup artists out there who have tips and tricks and best practices, maybe the best products, as I talk about my skin, as I talk about the things that I have challenges with in terms of makeup, as I talk about my insecurities. Drop comments below. Help support your girl. Help me get some confidence around makeup, because I really want to be able to do, you know, my own and feel very confident about the way that I do it. So I've already done my face. Y'all saw that. I washed my face, put on my lotion. And now I'm going to show you the primer that I use. So this is Laura Mercier. You know, y'all, I'll be trying to do the little hand trick. Let's see if it focuses. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. But just know this is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. And it's blurring. And I actually like this primer. I got it just by going, I think, to Sephora, and I needed a primer, so I picked this one and I've used it ever since. I do have oily skin around the T-zone. I do tend to have dry skin around my chin, and my skin is very, very, very sensitive. And I know people be like, oh, I got sensitive skin, but no, like, I got legit sensitive skin to the point that I can't even like wear all kind of like lip glosses, or I can't even go out in the sun for too long. Okay, yeah, that's me. And while I was talking, see, I don't know how y'all do this. These professionals, y'all professional makeup girlies, I love y'all. I love watching your content because you're good, but I don't know how you're able to put on makeup and talk at the same time. So this, y'all, I was supposed to put this on first. This is the Fenty Skin Flash Nap eye cream, because I've noticed recently that I do tend to have a little bit of bags underneath the eyes. I mean, and rightfully so, right? Like, I'm a mom of 3. I am a solopreneur, recent solopreneur. I put too much on my eye. It's okay. And so I don't get as much sleep as I deserve and as I should. And it's not an excuse, because to be honest with you, we need to prioritize the things we need to prioritize and stop making up excuses, because it's just, you got to do it or don't do it, period, point blank. Okay. This is a mess. I put way too much on. Like, come on. But all right. I don't even have a towel or anything. Like, let me go grab something. So all right. That's much better. I can say, however, you can instantly see the difference when you use this eye cream. So I used to think that that was like for play, like people just want to sell something, but no, that actually works. So, all right, so that's that. 1 second, let me come over here and do my content for Instagram. Okay, so I've been wanting to step up my makeup routine for a while. So I'm getting ready to record a full episode on YouTube of me showing my current full makeup routine. Okay, so now that my primer is on and it's set for a little second, I typically go ahead and go in with some color correcting concealer, which this is like an orange concealer that I got from the beauty supply store. I mean, honest to God, it's called, it's by Kiss. And yeah, it's orange. And so I just go in and start filling in the dark spots that I have. So I am putting some on my cheeks, again underneath my lip, over top of my lip, and then I give it a second to dry. I'm gonna let it dry for a second. Full face. Now, as I start my full face, you guys are gonna notice that I'm gonna speed through a lot of what I do, because this video is not a tutorial of how I do my makeup. It is to show you how I do my makeup, and then hear the suggestions of how I can better do my makeup, right? Because I don't want to do what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right, awesome. What I'm doing wrong, let me make it right. And then whatever I need to incorporate to do better, I want to incorporate all of that into one. So I don't want to show you guys any bad habits, right? That ain't what this is for. But what I will do is I will make sure I tag the videos that I plan to watch in the description box, so you guys can watch them along with me and see what I am learning, or who I am learning from. If you guys know Maya Galore, I think that's her name, right? She's amazing. I happened to be watching her video yesterday, and that's what gave me the idea to sit down and finally do this myself. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of honesty. I've been wanting to do a makeup video for a very long time, but I always feel like I need another person to do it with me. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing certain things by myself, and I've had to work through that fear like really like intentionally over the last few years. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, like, because I'm not an expert, or I don't consider myself to be an expert, so I kind of like try to shy away from doing things that experts do. Like, that doesn't even make sense, because experts become experts through practice and trying and learning and everything else. But because I'm afraid of not being an expert in it, I don't want to put myself out there and be judged by people because I'm not an expert in it, right? Okay, so now that I patted all of that in, if you're looking right now, you're probably like, oh, okay, I'm seeing the difference. So I'm doing, that's happening. And I probably should have brought my my primer up a little bit higher. So I'm just gonna put a little dab there. So anyway, that has dried. So now I go in with my foundation. I use this foundation brush. I think this is by, I don't know, but it's got an RT on it, so I got to think about the brand. It'll come to me in a second. And the foundation that I'm using right now is NARS. This is the light reflecting in the color Marquise. And I like this makeup. I'm open to trying a new foundation, absolutely open to it. I recognize that I've gone through several different foundations over time, so I can't have like just, loyalty to one. Like, that doesn't make sense for my skin, and I'm a black woman, so my skin changes and so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna start on this side, and I'm just gonna start putting the foundation on. And as you can see, like, even in this lighting, which isn't like the best lighting, the color might be a little bit different for me now. Like, it might be time for me to change into a different color. So I'm gonna continue to pat it on, and I'm really going to just let it kind of sit and dry. And as it sits and dries, we can really get a good feel for the color of it. And we'll compare it to the other side of my face. All right. So I'm just patting it in with my brush. I try my best not to be like so rush and like, just swipe it on, because I do have a tendency of doing that as well. And I try to really take the time so the product can like really get into the skin. So If you're looking, you're seeing the foundation on the right side of my face. And I like this makeup, y'all, because I do feel like it does give a polished finish. And I honestly feel like it's a great way to build my makeup. Like, I feel like I have a little bit more control of the makeup. So what are you guys thinking about the foundation so far? Like, do you feel like it's a match for my skin tone? Do you think I need to revisit a new color for my skin? Again, my skin tone has changed quite a bit over the last season. So it could very well be possible that I need to try a different one. And I'm okay with that. So this is how this side looks. This is how this side looks. So up close, makeup side, no makeup side. Makeup side, no makeup side. And I thank God, y'all, because I think there was a point where I wasn't really super comfortable with my skin that much to be like letting people zoom in on it. Because I mean, y'all on your phones, you probably can see every nook and cranny, every little strand of hair on my mustache. But, you know, y'all, I feel like fear has just done so much to keep me from living a beautiful life. And I'm so sick of it. And I don't even want to tear up because I'm an emotional... Okay. All right, Lord, I hear you. Shanae, get off your soapbox. But anyway, fear is not our friends, and we need to recognize that. We need to recognize that fear is keeping us from living the lives that we think we want, we say we want, and ultimately we really do, but we just don't want to let go of the fear. And y'all, I think the moment you realize that what you're afraid of is keeping you from what you want, you kind of like start really demanding answers of how can you overcome it. And so that's what I've been doing here now. Like, how can I get past the fear? Because I know it's going to happen, but when it happens, what do I need to do so that I can make sure I keep moving? Because I don't want my life to be stifled because I'm scared to try something new. So I say that to say, if you are someone who wants to put yourself out there, maybe you want to start creating content, because I get that a lot too. And I'm a small YouTuber in comparison to like the big names, right? And I love listening to them talk about how they started and who they are now and how they've had to overcome different things, because I feel like we be thinking that people just wake up and they're successful. No, baby, no, that's not how it happens. It might be, they might go viral and they might even have like, you know, new opportunities overnight, but success is still something that you have to grow into, because a lot of us who didn't come from a lot of things, I'm sure you can agree that there was a hurdle getting to a place where you understood that you are deserving of the life that you have. Everything you have is for you. Like, it's a mind thing. It's not just a financial thing. It's a mind thing. So here I'm going in with my Pro Concealer. This is the color Fawn. And I've seen so many people. Y'all remember when people used to be like, do all the triangles and all that? I don't see too many people do that anymore. But for me, I just kind of like keep it really light and simple. So I just go under the eyes. And I did see somebody with a new technique. So I am kind of like, all right, Shanae, you could do a little bit more. So I am going to take it down a little bit. So I am bringing the concealer. This is the Pro Concealer in the color Fawn that we all know and love. And I just put some underneath my eye. And I've seen people kind of like come down a little bit to go ahead and get that color in their face. So I did that. And then I'm going to put a little line of my forehead. I usually take a line down my nose. Okay, if you guys are watching this, you're like, okay, yeah, she's doing all the things that we did before, right? Okay, so it might be a little outdated. It might be a little outdated, okay? And I'm okay with that. Help your girl, okay? So I let this sit for a little second, boom, 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 boom. And then I go in with my blender and I just like pat it in. And this, y'all, is such a technique. Like, people don't talk about how hard it is to pat, 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 pat. Shout out to makeup artists and your wrists. I mean, because it's definitely a wrist thing. It's a wrist thing. It's a knowing how much pressure to put into the wrist. Like, it's a whole situation. And yeah, I'm recognizing that. Hold on, let me adjust this so I can make sure you guys are seeing my face the way I want you to. There we go. And I want to make sure I'm up close enough so you guys have enough lighting to see all that I'm doing. So I am pressing it into my skin underneath my eye, trying not to get so carried away. I feel like this was like the learning curve for me right here. This pat 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 with the blender, that was a learning curve. Okay, I'm gonna go up here, pat 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 it in, and I'm just gonna keep going and patting it in. All right, but going back into the fear. So y'all, I've been on this whole personal growth self journey thing for a while now. Like, it didn't occur to me until the other day that I've been like truly living this out in real time on my platforms, in my friendships, in my marriage, in my motherhood, like living this out loud. And what I mean by out loud is people can see and hear the changes in my thought process, my maturity, my self-confidence, my thought process, right, in real time, because I do share a lot of content on Instagram, okay? And my friends and family have seen me journey to become a content creator, right? So they're seeing it in real time, the changes that I've had to make to be comfortable enough to be in the place that I'm in now. And I think like what I've learned too is it's never ending. Like, you have to constantly want to work on yourself. If you get to a point where you feel like you got it, that's dangerous. And I went too far down with this concealer, but the Lord is going to help me because he always does. And I'm going to just make it work, right? Okay. Because I came down, I wouldn't have come down this far right here. That was too far down. Yeah. And I might be making a mistake too, because the lighting in here is not like, oh my goodness, this is the best lighting ever. So I might need to like up the lighting a little bit. And so let me see if I up the lighting, what will happen. Hold on. Okay, here we are. I hope that this this lighting is okay for y'all. Because I know, hold on, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so personal growth is important to me because I feel like it's never ending and you constantly have things to work on, especially if you want to be a better friend, a better sister, a better wife, a better neighbor. Like, those things are important. You can't, nobody's ever done, is basically what I think. All right, so now I'm about to go in the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I feel like this is like a no-brainer. I feel like a lot of women used it. A lot of women still use it. I do, as you can see. So I'm gonna take my sponge and I just tap it into my Sacha Buttercup, and I put a little bit of that on there, and then I put it on. Anyway, so with that, being intentional about growing, I was reading an audiobook. The name of the audiobook was called, let me think real quick, y'all. That's the thing, y'all. Sometimes when I be reading in the car or when I'm in the grocery store, like, I fly through these books. I almost have to go back. I could tell you what the book is about, but I can't tell you the name of it. The name of the book is Take Control of Your Life. All right, so anyway, in the book, Mel Robbins was counseling. She's coaching different people, right? So she's a coach, a life coach. And she is meeting with different clients who is going through their life stories of all the things that they've experienced and, you know, what's holding them back from being their best selves. So she's talking to Heather. I think the girl name was Heather. And Heather was talking about the fact that she had issues with fear of failure, okay, which most of us do, right? So this is like the quintessential thing where, because we don't want to fail, we won't try something. So you want to do makeup for a living, but you don't want people to know that you can't get any clients. So instead of being a makeup artist, even though you're really good at it, you were like, you know what, never mind, I'm not even going to try to do it because I don't want to worry about nobody not coming to me. That's what that is, okay? So if you know what that is, what that's like, then that is, put yourself in that situation where you don't even try something because you don't want the possibility that you could fail, okay? All right, I have an angular brush that I really swear by, and y'all, I have this NARS compact that I love, but it is broken. Oh, it's nothing like breaking a compact, okay? Like, it's the worst thing in the world. So anyway, this is the NARS. Oh my goodness, I'm scared to tip it over, y'all. This is the NARS bronzing powder in Laguna 8. Business, and I'm gonna fast forward. Okay, so Heather had a sister who got married, and when her sister was getting married, her and her mom and her sister were going to look for mother of the bride dresses, and it dawned on her like, wow, this is an untapped market. I feel like I need to open up a store that has mother of the bride dresses. Women like to spend a lot of money to look good. I think this is a great business. Came up with a business plan, y'all. Went to business school, everything, and then she met with somebody and told them about her goals, her vision, her business plan. If you, like, raise your hand if you've done that before. Raise your hand if you got excited and you mess around and went and told everybody you could about your dreams, about your goals. I did that. I did that before. And that is nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because, you know, if you're not in a place where you are 10 toes down on what you want to do, if you haven't even like started like getting it going, you know, and you are in a vulnerable place where you need to, you know, encouragement of others to do it, you better not go in there and telling people what you about to do. Nope. Don't do it. So what y'all think happened to Heather? Okay, yeah, you guessed it. So Heather met with the lady. Now let me say this though, because I do want to say this. Heather met with a lady who actually was in business and had her own boutique. So she was a business owner and had insight into the industry, and really does have, you know, valuable information about the business. So I do want to say that, because that's an important fact. Because a lot of times people we talk to, they don't even have nothing going on, but this lady did. So the lady ends up telling her, well, you're not going to make any money. You're going to be, you know, it's not going to be easy. I only made this amount. And then she also said, like, if that business was supposed to be a business, somebody would be doing it right now, and nobody's doing it. So basically it ain't worth nothing. Okay, which was harsh, okay? That lady, y'all, and that's the thing, like, when you go and you telling people your dreams, your stories, they could be bitter. They could have experienced something that was less than favorable, which has tarnished their image around the business itself. They may be, hold on, I gotta kind of concentrate real quick, because I might not be using the right tool for this part. So y'all, I do want a better way to do this, because that's heavy. So I always have to go in and clean it up. Well, see, now I don't usually do that bad, but on here fooling with y'all, I didn't put too much. Alright, I'm gonna have to go in and fix that, because that is way too heavy. I'm not gonna have no nose. I gotta take this off. Okay, so yeah, so she tells the lady gives her all the reasons why it won't work, and if it was supposed to work, it would have worked because somebody would have done it by now, all the negative things. And I just say that to say, like, y'all, we have to be mindful even when somebody is telling us their goals and their aspirations, not just when it's us, but when we are hearing it. When somebody entrusts you with their vision, it's your responsibility to handle that in a way that encourages them. You know, you don't have to know and you don't have to see it full on, but you can respect someone else's download, because remember, God is speaking through them. God is speaking to them. And God can use you to help support their vision. So we got to make sure that we are being, we're hearing when we're aware of ourselves. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of some, what do you call it, setting spray on my face, because I feel like that's what makeup artists do around this time, where they've done the contour, the bronzer, they've done that. So they go ahead and put a little spray on to go ahead and set it in. This one is the Maybelline New York Lasting Fix in Matte, and it's for 16 hours of wear. Let me tell you why I'm using this as my hat falls off my head. I'm using this because I saw one of my favorite makeup artists on Facebook, local makeup artist, matter of fact, she was using it, and so I was like, I'm gonna get it. No rhyme or reason. So I am again open to new products. So here we go. Okay, no rhyme or reason to how long I did that. I just figured that's how long she usually does it, so that's what I did. I have a fan here, so I'm gonna turn my fan on so that I can get this dried pretty quickly.
Let's see here. If you don't have one of these, get you one of these. I'm gonna link one in the description box in case you need one. But it fits right on my desk and I love it. Cause yeah, I don't have a certain age.
All right, so this is where we are right now, and so I feel like my face is still very light, so I'm going to go in with some translucent powder. This is by Laura Mercier. This is medium deep. I don't remember why or how I found this, but I figured I needed it, and this was the color I got. I don't even know if this is the right color. I always kind of like just hope and pray that it works when I get home, and that's not the best way. So once again, makeup artists out there, feel free to help your girl. So I'm just gonna go through with my powder. I forgot to put on my blush, and yeah, but that's okay because what I'm gonna do is go back over it with some more powder so that I can make sure that I have a matte and finished face. So this blush is like one of my favorite blushes. This is Top Shelf by the Lip Bar. Okay, going back to the story. So we typically do that. We tell the person and the person gives us what they gave Heather, and it was feedback. Now whether or not it was constructive, I don't know. You know, I think it was like a bit much, but some could say it was constructive because it was honest. Okay, I personally feel like I would have done it a different way. Okay, and y'all, I used to be kind of scared of blush, but now I kind of want to get into it. Like, I feel like I barely put blush on because I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do too much. But what I'm learning too is once you put it on, you can dial it down or blend it all and make it look more natural by putting the powder over it at the end. So I am starting to see how, like, I don't even maximize the blush. Like, blush, usually people put blush all the way to here. Like, they make it come all the way there, and I'm scared. I'm scared to do that. So now I'm gonna take my highlighting powder. This is the one by MAC. This one is called Gold Deposit. It's a mineralizer or mineralized powder. I don't know, whatever. Not a makeup artist, whatever. And I'm gonna go back in and hit here with my highlight. I really love how this color just really responds to my skin tone. As you guys can see, I did not do my eyebrows, and I don't do my eyebrows, y'all. I know. Not doing your eyebrows does totally change the makeup look, because doing your eyebrows really, like, it makes everything look more polished and formal. I agree. I just don't know how to do my eyebrows, and I really have tried to stay away from them being so extreme, and so for that reason I don't even try to touch them. I have in the past, of course, went up with my pro concealer and highlighted my brows, but I never do that anymore. And I think I need to find a new technique. Maybe what's another alternative? Like, if I don't want to do concealer underneath, or can I just do it underneath and not over top? Like, what are some options for someone who just, I don't know, like, I don't want a pronounced eyebrow. I want a natural eyebrow. I don't even use a pencil. So what I used just now was this e.l.f. Duo Clear Brow and Lash Mascara stuff, okay? And I just put the clear on there, and that's that. But I would love to step it up. Okay, this video again is all about stepping it up. So help me, enhance me, sis, enhance me. I like to make sure my forehead is blended out, because you know how when you have pictures and you can see like where the bronze powder is, and you can, like, even here in this lighting, you can kind of see where it starts and stops, right? So I want to kind of blend that in a little bit without blending out the bronzer. And so help me out there too if it's a technique that I missed. All right, so anywho, Heather, after having that conversation with the lady, she decides not to move forward. She decides not to even move in the direction of opening up her own store for Mother of the Brides. And so right there, the dream is gone. You didn't spend all this time creating a business plan, like doing research and all of that, to get to a point where you talk to somebody about it and they tell you why you shouldn't do it, and you no longer do it. Like right there, you're done. And that's messed up, like in so many ways. And so I want to go ahead and put out there that that can't be the reason why you don't do whatever X, Y, and Z is. Like, we got to move past the fear of the what ifs. And even if people we're talking to is confirming the worst fear of ours, we need to open up or broaden who we share our dreams with, or who we share our business plans with, because that person may not have a big enough mind to conceptualize what it is that you want to do. And so you could be possibly talking to the wrong person altogether. Okay, so before you cancel out your business plan, before you decide you're not going to do it, I would definitely urge you to maybe talk to someone else who could possibly have a different perspective. Okay, so now y'all, I'm going to go in with my Lip Bar Straight Outta Patience eyeliner. By far one of the best products I've ever had or ever used. Their eyeliners are good, and y'all know I'm an affiliate of the Lip Bar, and I'm not just saying it because of that, because I'm open to products. Again, give me suggestions, but this one is the smoothest and thickest. Like, it's great, it's perfect. I'm gonna sharpen it just so I can show you how smooth this baby is, because I don't want to embarrass myself on YouTube in front of y'all. I don't want to do that. I'm just joking, but this is it sharpened, and I'm gonna see if I can do this without I hope you guys caught that. I was like really scared just now. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this one. So I just found this really nice liquid eyeshadow, and it's been like a game changer for me because it's very easy to use. This is a liquid eyeshadow, but it dries very matte. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and put some on. I wasn't going to, but it's like a chocolate brown, which I thought was really good for everyday use. And I want an everyday simple eye, but I just don't know how to put on eyeshadow. Like, I would love to know how to do a simple smoky eye, and I have yet to this day been able to master it. So again, makeup artists out there, help me figure out what's the best way. And if you have any other tutorial videos that you've watched in the past that could possibly help me, tag them below so that I can watch those. Okay, so can you see the eyeshadow? I hope you can see it. This is by About Face. I'll make sure it's linked. I'll make sure it's tagged. And just as a disclaimer, y'all, everything that I link, well, most things that I link will be commissionable links, and it helps support my business. As you guys know, I'm a solopreneur now full time after being laid off. It'll be a year since I've been laid off in April. Can you believe that? And so I'm just learning. First of all, one, you got to tell people and you got to ask people to shop with you and support your business. That's number one. Can't have an ego. You cannot be afraid. Going back to the fear conversation, you can't be like Heather and allow one experience to stop you. You got to keep going. And so learning that now, I am being more intentional about saying what it is that I need from my audience and from those who love me. And I am so appreciative of how people have supported me thus far. Okay, like, I'm fortunate. I am. And shout out to my husband, who is like my biggest supporter, because without him and the Lord, of course, I would not be able to do what it is I want to do. I would be scrambling around trying my best to like figure out how to get another job just because I need one immediately. Now, don't get me wrong. If the Lord says, Shanae, you need to do that, I'm going to do what it is the Lord told me to do. But look how pretty that is. And I'm going to look down so you guys can kind of see it, because I feel like by me looking into the camera, you don't really get to see it all the way. But it is really easy and simple to use, and already like I have a little look. Okay, so that was that. Again, that was the About Face, and the color is weightless. So that's weightless, okay? So now that I did that to my eyes, again, because I don't do my eyebrows, it kind of doesn't give like this wow factor, but we about to change that. Duh. So okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara. And the mascara that I'm using is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and it is something that I got from my sorority sister. She uses this one, and I was at her house and I didn't have no mascara, and I'm like, girl, I need mascara. And so she was like, use that one. And that's the story. That's how I started using this one. So that just goes to show you, like, I've always been flexible about finding new products. I love getting ideas and suggestions from other people, because, like, let's face it, like, we all want to look our best and feel our best, and sometimes you really need people that can try some stuff and tell you how it is before you would try something new. So this is where we are right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause and I'm going to change the lighting so we can kind of see my face in a different light. Okay, so here we are. This is more of the lighting that I feel like we would normally like be in, most people. So I wanted to change it to something a little bit more realistic. As you can see, my eyeshadow is on, my mascara is on. I have a liner on my bottom line, which is my waterline. And now I go on top of my lash or my eye, and I use the KVD ink liner. This is like tried and true. Same sister who told me about the mascara is the same sister I got this from. I've been using it now for about 3 or 4 years, and it works for me. Now I can't talk and do this part. I can't talk and do this, so I'm not gonna try. So let's just let me do this, and then we'll go from there. Pretty much done. Now for the camera, I'm gonna go ahead and put on these lashes, and I'm gonna let you know right now, I am not good at putting on lashes, and I wasn't going to really even put them on because, again, I'm not good at putting on lashes. I might surprise myself and surprise y'all and get it right. And if I do, glory be to God. If I don't, I still got some stuff to learn, and I'm okay with that too. Because, Shanae, I'm about to be 35 this year, y'all. I got to learn how to put my lashes on. I'm using the Duo Glue. This is the Rose Water Biotin Strip Lash Adhesive in dark. I don't know if that's important, but I'm using it. And the reason why I'm telling y'all, I guess, is because I want to make sure that by the time you guys give me suggestions, you know what I've tried and what I haven't tried. So I'm putting it on. And I know the key is to let it get tacky, and I'm gonna let it get as tacky as it need to be, okay? Now, while I'm looking for that, I do want to finish the thing about Heather. So in the book, Mel Robbins talks about the fact that a lot of women, we've been so used to being good at things. Like when we're good at stuff, we're so good at it that it comes naturally. It's almost, we expect to excel. And anytime that we get in a position or we get in a space where we're not guaranteed to be the very best at it, we run from it. How many can agree to that? I can. All right. We tend to run from the opportunities or the experiences that make us have to really work hard and challenge ourselves in ways that we haven't had to before. And I know that to be true for myself, because I can think back to being in like high school, and I was really, really smart. I was considered a smart girl, and you know, all my friends, we were all very smart, and you know, just knowing that I wasn't going to be able to, like, anytime I ran into a challenge, I just really feel like I didn't want to like be in it long enough. Whereas some people take on challenges and they embrace it, I feel like I didn't do that. And so if you think about it, that is the same that we do as adults. Like if we know that it's going to be a hard thing to do to be a manager, we're not going to be the manager. If we know like it's going to be, you know, a lot of work for you to get the promotion, you're going to try to avoid the promotion, and you're going to make up excuses as to why you don't want the promotion, knowing good and well you want it, but you just don't want to deal with what comes along with getting the promotion. So y'all, I told you that I am not good about putting on lashes, and the story remains true today. First of all, I think the lash is too long for my eye. I did not cut them, and that's like lash 101. Like, you got to trim the lash down. But I do want to share this last point about like failure, because being a woman who is one that ran from having to do something new or challenges, I know that is why a lot of us don't start the business. We don't start the YouTube channel. We don't start making the content. We don't write the book. It's because you afraid that it ain't gonna work out. But one thing's for sure, we know it ain't gonna work out if you don't ever do it. It ain't gonna work, sis. It's not. And I'm not about to put this lash on when I just put that glue on there. Now, what am I thinking? I might try to do this one again because I really want them to work. I really want to show you guys what I got. I want you to be proud of me. So I don't want us to go through life not facing the fact that there is more that is expected of us, and there's more that we can do, but being afraid of all that comes along with it is not going to get you to where you want to be. But if you weren't afraid, imagine all the things that you would do is the thing that helps you understand where fear is holding you back. Second lash, I'm going full in because now I know what it's like to put it on. I got my confidence going. It's getting on. Okay, I even touched it 5, 6, 7 times. I would never touch the lash once it's on, but I'm doing it because I know what it's like now. And so that's what it's like trying something new. You got to be willing to try something new, meaning go through the motions of doing it delicately, maybe doing it afraid, and then once you do it, you good money. Now you can perfect it. Okay, so I got my lashes on, and y'all, they are gorgeous. Now let me just say this. Y'all, I am one of those girlies who I don't know how to put on lashes before, because as you can see, they're on today. I've had these lashes, y'all, for over 2 years, maybe even longer. I got these lashes from a friend of mine who owns her own cosmetic line. They're called Stylish Glam Cosmetics, and y'all, they're gorgeous. They come in this really pretty rose gold box. And this is my first time putting them on, and I've been wanting to wear them forever. I've never been able to really get lashes on. So I'm so proud of myself and the growth in me being able to put on my lashes, because this is a big deal, because that means it's only up from here. When it comes to my makeup routine, baby, I'm like elevating, I'm growing, I'm learning, and that's what I love for myself. So anyway, now I'm getting ready to take my hair down. I'm gonna press my hair. I'll let you guys watch. And I'm just going to go through that whole process because that's not what we're here for. And then I'll come back and I'll share with you some of the things that I want to enhance in my makeup routine, to give you guys some things to give me pointers with. And I need to go shopping, so I want all the recommendations in the comment section. Give me everything you got, all your go-to products, as well as like stuff that like color, because I feel like finding the right color for myself has always been tricky too. So let me get to the hair. Be right back. Finishing up my hair. My scalp is super dry, and this is an indication I need to drink water. I need to take my vitamins, and I probably need to get like a little scalp treatment the next time I go to the shop. So I am going to put that on my hairstylist radar and do that next time. But I'm going to up my water intake today. Okay, so here we are, we're back, and I'm very, very happy with how everything turned out. And these are the things that I really feel like I need to get. I want to find another powder, definitely. I feel like the powder that I have, which is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, it's really nice, it's great, but I don't know if it's the right one that I need. I feel like in other videos that I've seen, I feel like people have at least more than one type of powder, and right now I only have the Sacha Buttercup to set my highlighter, and then I have the Laura Mercier powder and in medium deep, I believe. So I just want to make sure I have the right powders. Also, another concealer. I think, you know, nothing wrong with Fawn. Fawn is awesome, but I think I could use another concealer, making sure that it matches my skin tone, making sure it blends well. And I'm even going to be on the lookout for possibly upgrading my foundation or changing my foundation. And we got to get something done about these brows. So I got to find a brow pencil. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to make my shopping list. But first, I'm going to watch a few different YouTube tutorials, and I will have them in the description box for you to check out. Also, guys, remember to like this if you made it this far. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, leave me comments below of your favorite products, your go-tos, what you swear by, different tips, tricks, techniques, other creators that you know makes great tutorials for people like me who are just trying to be cute, okay? And come right back here next week so that you can find out the way that I have improved my makeup process and the products that I have chosen to buy. Talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.